Hey y'all, it's been a minute, but I'm back, and with something special. This is a 1969 GMC C10. I think it's a 69. The title says it's a 67, which I don't think that's right because 67s, from my understanding, had no marker lights down the side, and the 68s had more of a round style side marker light. These have the rectangular style, and just looking at the dash and instrument cluster, it's got like kind of the aluminum paneling on the instrument cluster and the heater controls. And by 70, that had all been switched over to wood grain. So my best guess is this is actually a 69, regardless of what the title says. But anyway, I bought this truck sight unseen for $1,500, and I drove 22 hours to see it in person. And I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed for no more than what I paid for it. Looks like lately it's been used more as a redneck storage unit, more or less. It's got a bunch of junk in the back that we'll have to clean out of there. But overall, just walking around the truck, it seems to be solid. Cool patina on it, a couple flat tires, no big deal. Now this is another one of those instances where it ran when parked, and I'm sure it did from what I could tell so far. Looking at the engine bay and everything, it looks complete. Doesn't seem to be missing much. 350 4-speed, which I'm sure that's not the original. Kind of a weird thing on the side here. It's got the GMC 3500 V6 badges on it. And that's definitely not what's in it now. And that's more of a badging for a 1-ton truck, if I'm not mistaken. And those old V6s, you can get them in a variety of different sizes, all the way up to a 478 cubic inch. But yeah, we're going to play around with this thing and see if we can get running and driving, or see if I just wasted $1,500. Do a quick walk around and see what we're working with. Inside here. Oh. Fancy. Don't need that. 4-speed. Fix that later. Dash pad's pretty cracked and rotted. Ugh. Not too shabby though. Side of the doors are in pretty good shape. E1590DZC14498. Might need to decode that later. Whew. Yeah, that's got some bad gas in it. You can smell it from here. Might have to drain that tank or pull it out. Maybe if we slide it. There we go. Success. Tank itself is not in bad shape. It'd take much to pluck that thing out of there, and if there's any bad gas in it, you could just drain it out. This is where the real fun is. I got a lot of crap back here. Take a look and see. Yeah, like some hubcaps, radiator hoses, a belt. Look at that, got a extra steering column as well. That's cool. Really do like the patina on this thing. Betcha we could polish this out and it'd look pretty sharp. A little bit of daylight showing through the floor there. Not too shabby though. Seen way worse. Where the real magic is. Wonder if that's numbers matching. Good old 350. Pioneer of automotive engineering, if you ask me. And it looks complete. Somewhat new radiator hose. That almost looks like a brand new alternator. Battery's a little worse for wear. A little dry, a little dry. Check the Earl real quick. Got good oil in it. Overall, it's not missing anything. I don't think it'd take much to get this bad boy to fire. Go grab some tools and give her hell. Now, the first thing I want to address is the fuel system. I kind of knocked down the tank and it felt empty for the most part, but also when I took the cap off, oof, man, it smelled nasty. So there's some sort of nasty gunk in the bottom of it somewhere. So to pull all that out, I'm going to use this little contraption called the Macmillan 5000, patent pending. What it is a little electric fuel pump that you just hook up to any old car battery or motorcycle battery, whatever, and you can dip one end of the hose down into a tank. Or what we can do in this situation is I'm going to unhook the hose off the main inlet to the fuel pump to the hard line, and then we're going to pull through all the fuel lines and everything to drain all that gunk out of the tank and the lines itself. So I'll run a little bit of 91 octane or dump it into the tank just to kind of clean some of that stuff out. Yeah, we'll hook up this little fuel pump and get her drained out of there. All right, got the hose to the Macmillan 5000 all hooked up to the main hard line off the pump, and it runs all the way out here down to this little drain pan here. Adjust the lighting there. Cool. And yeah, so all we gotta do is hook up this little battery and okay, well, I guess the battery's dead. Stupid stick. Oh, pump's running. Oh yeah, look at that. Man, that stuff stinks. The little pump's working pretty good though. You know, it's kind of a shame that bad gas has such a cool color to it. Like, I almost want to build and paint a street rod that coppery bad gas color. If any of you painters out there can match this, hit me up on my socials. All right, it looks like we're approaching the tail end of whatever was inside the tank. So I think what we'll do is we'll dump a little fresh 91 octane and some fuel treatment into the tank until we start getting clean fuel out of the pump again. And then we'll move on to phase 2. Oof, son of a... I hate it when that happens. All right, down the hatch. Gasoline. Breakfast of champions. All right, that should be good. Hook that fuel pump back up. All right, round 2. That's looking a little better. Oh yeah, that's mostly clean fuel coming through now. Still got a little gunk in the lines, it looks like. A lot better than what it was though. And if any of y'all are doing this at home, make sure you're properly disposing of all old gas and oil and all that stuff as per EPA standards. All right, got the main inline hooked back up to the fuel pump. Let's go ahead and pop off this fuel filter real quick and make sure it's not full of junk. There, here we go. It's a little dirty. Blows through clean though. I'll probably swap it once we get it running, just to be safe. For right now, it'll work just fine for what we're doing. Whoop, she full now. All right, we got fuel, we got fluids, jumper cables hooked up. See what she does. Tight squeeze. Yeah. Okay. And she dead. Might need a new battery, period. All right, try it again. Oh, it still seems like it's just not getting enough juice. Come on. I think I found the problem. This little wire on the back of the alternator was unplugged. There we go. I bet she goes now. Oh, come on, baby. Yeah! Ho, ho, ho. Close. Oh. Looks like we're got fuel inside the filter. Let's just try her again. Smells like burnt cigarettes in here now. There we go. Come on, baby. Yeah. There we go. There it is. Woof. Well, she runs, which is a good thing. I think we need to let it run a little bit longer and just kind of blow out some of the cobwebs. So now that I got it running, I'm going to see what I can do to air up the tires and get it moving under its own power and move it more to this dirt area, because there's so much tall grass underneath it. I don't want the exhaust to get too hot and start a brush fire or something like that. So it's getting to be close to the end of the day, and I got the truck moved forward and also got these sweet new slotted mags put on the back here. Go around the other side. Ooh yeah. Gave this thing a little bit of an attitude adjustment. And also on this driver's side, the driver's side rear, this was the tire that was on it. Yeah, that thing wasn't going to hold any air. But for the most part, I think we're ready to take this thing for its first test drive. Hook the battery up, dump the clutch, and give her hell. No, don't do that. Come on, not now. Come on. Come on. Stupid Chevy. All right. Drink up, little carburetor. Looking at me like, who's that idiot in the old Chevy? Come on. Here we go again. Get too much fuel or not enough fuel. Come on, really? Dude, she seems to be running fine now. Let's get her up to the house and give it a bath. She stinks. So do I. Well, we got the truck back to the house. The next thing we're gonna do is pull out all this crap out of the bed just for a little weight reduction. We'll give it a quick bath and a tune-up, and one last little test drive. Call it a day. So we got the truck all cleaned up and pulled it back in here, and then it died on us, and we have not been able to get it started since. It'll kind of crank over, but man, it just seems like it's really trying to push some nasty fuel through the system, and looking at that fuel filter, I can see why. And also, I went ahead and pulled the sending unit, and yeah, that's that's the condition that bad boy's in. So I'm gonna assume that that entire tank is completely rotted out, so I'm gonna pull that tank, run up to that property where I bought this truck and see if I can find another tank, get them swapped out, and see what she does. You know, guys, sometimes it's good to know just when to punt, and today is one of those days. We got the fuel tank swapped out for the one I found in the yard, and everything seemed fine. We got it fired up, and it was running smooth as butter. Went to go back it out of the driveway, and she died on me again. So we pulled it back in. We looked at the fuel filter, and man, it was already clogged up again. So seems like there was some trash inside that fuel tank as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and break down, buy a new tank, new sending unit, and we're going to start from scratch. But that's going to have to wait until next time. But I tell you what, I'm still chalking this up as a success. When I first got this truck, it was just sitting, rotting away in a field, flat tires, didn't run, had a bunch of junk in the bed, pulled it out, got it running, driving for a little bit at least, got these cool new slotted bags put on it. And you know what? Overall, this truck has some really good bones on it, and it's going to make for a great restoration and cruiser one day. And as most of you know, the restoration process is very fluid and it doesn't happen overnight. But don't think for a second that I'm giving up on this old 68 GMC quite yet. Yeah, I know, it's a 68. I said it was a 69 earlier, but a little more research, a few people on social media reached out to me. It's a 68. But now that we know that, we can get all the right parts and components and get this thing back on the road.